Hey everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel once again. This is Abhishek, who is definitely not a financial advisor, and today we are going to talk about Luokung and some important updates regarding Luokung. So without further ado, let's just get started. So guys, to start with, we'll start with this particular article right here, and I think that many of you are already aware about this article, and I'm sorry that I'm late on this, but better late than never. So the trading in Luokung ordinary shares will continue until May 8, 2021, and this is like a small light at the end of the tunnel for many of us investors out there. So, moving on, the article further says that upon receipt of OFAC letter, Luokung contacted Nasdaq senior management to inform it of the action taken by OFAC and requested that Nasdaq reconsiders the delisting determination that it previously issued, as well as its decision to suspend trading in Luokung ordinary shares effective 9:30 a.m. on March 15, 2021. It further says that earlier today, Nasdaq notified Luokung in writing that it has withdrawn its delisting letter and stated that unless there are further changes to the company's status on CCMC list, Nasdaq will issue a new delisting determination to be effective May 8, 2021. As a consequence of Nasdaq's action, trading in Luokung ordinary shares will not be suspended at 9:30 a.m. on March 15th, 2021 anymore. And guys, this is something which actually tells me that Luokung is giving a heavy fight and it actually cares about its shareholders. Now I know many other companies which gets delisted, they actually didn't give such a big fight. Let's say in case of Hertz Global, okay, there was another reason for that, getting bankrupt or something like that. But when a company gets into some legal issues, then the companies are either not fighting back because they find themselves either guilty or they honestly don't actually care about their shareholders. They have enough cash position and they literally don't care anymore. But in case of Luokung, we can see that repeatedly they are getting into this fight and they are protecting their shareholders as well as their company. Because to be honest guys, of course, if they move on to some other stock exchange, they will still be able to trade. They will still be available on the stock market, right? So why the hell they should be bothered? Because they are caring about their shareholders. Of course, their value will go down, they will lose some money, but in the end, we all believe in their business. They themselves are getting huge projects and they are a Chinese company, guys. It's a amazing economy. It's a really big economy. I don't think that their evaluation will get so much affected if they move to a smaller stock exchange. So yes, it will get affected, of course, but they will get back up quite soon. So the only reason what I see here that Luokung is fighting back is because they do care about their international shareholders, and this is what I find quite amazing what Luokung's management is doing and not just giving up easily. So we saw that first of all this date got extended, and now we move on to the next news, which also tells us that the hearing date is also extended. And this is like, of course, it's something which is moving into favor of Luokung, and I see this as a positive moving direction. But again guys, this should not influence your buying or selling decisions. These are just some important updates which as investors we should be aware about. So guys, before we jump onto the technical analysis, this is another really important update for all the investors out there who are invested in Luokung. So there was a temporary restraining order like we already know, but this was until the hearing which was scheduled on March 12th, which is today at the time of making this video at 2 p.m. But now this hearing has been now shifted to March 18th. So that's why we might face a small pullback. Because people might think that if they are asking for more time, that means they have something fishy going on and stuff like that. But actually that's not the case. I personally think that these dates can be shifted regarding some political reasons and stuff like that. It's not that Luokung has something to hide, otherwise they won't be fighting that hard. On the other hand, people might be buying more just with the optimism that the results after this hearing might be positive. So let's see how it goes. Anyways, we should not be dependent on just this one date. Like I said guys, if you believe in this company, if you believe in the business, then only stay invested. Don't let your emotions drive your decisions. So this is just another important update which I wanted to present to you guys, so you can make your own decisions based on these important dates. And now let's move on to the technical analysis. So guys, here we are looking at the one-day chart of Luokung Technology or LKCO stock, and as we can see right here that since few weeks we have been facing this huge downward trend because of the fear of getting delisted, and which is quite normal, guys, which is okay. We cannot blame anyone, because literally if this stock gets delisted and the traders or investors who are invested in this company through different brokers, and if these brokers are not allowing the new stock exchange for Luokung, then the investors will lose all their money. So anyways, but in last 3 days, we saw that it rebounded, and this was not because of the news. This was because of, let's say, people wanted to buy somehow because they were getting optimistic. Like for example, me, I will talk about my scenario. I bought 500 more shares when it hit $0.7 or $0.8, and because I still had some hope and I believe in the business, to be honest, so that the date of March 15th will get extended. And I have covered this in my last video. You can find it in the iCard above, that I did say that I still have hope that the March 15th date will be extended, because Luokung is an amazing company, and I am sure that there is some misinformation, or let's say misunderstanding, Luokung getting listed into the CMCC list. But anyways, that's another topic. So as you can see, in these 3 days, we got a good spike in the volume. The volume oscillator shows a good upward curve, and that was probably, like I said, could be many other reasons that people were buying at these dips, or let's say they wanted to average down their price. So could be any reason. But then, and therefore, if you can see that it didn't actually reach this consolidated area, consolidated region, which was in last few weeks, and it actually was staying above this particular resistance level from this consolidated area, and it bounced back from this particular support level. So this is quite optimistic. And if we just look into the 4-hour chart to have a much more closer look, so we can see right here that it didn't enter this consolidated region and the resistance level from this consolidated area. And as you can see that we actually broke this downward trend, so it went up. Now then again, there was of course a pullback because the delisting news was still there and the March 15 date was coming closer and closer. But then we saw that in the pre-market, the news came up that it won't be getting delisted until May 8th, and that's when we saw again a spike, and the trading was closed with a green candle, which doesn't mean anything positive, to be honest, guys. It is a good sign, but it doesn't mean that it will be having a good upward trend, because this scenario is a different scenario. Yeah, this is a case of delisting, and plus the brokers, many of the brokers have still not allowed Luokung to be traded on their brokerage apps, because I probably think that they are getting a delay in opening up with the new dates which are mentioned in the article, that is May 8th. So maybe the brokers will consider this date and it will be taken into action as soon as possible, I hope, so that the investors can again start trading Luokung Technology, and then we can see that there might be a good spike in the volume, because now, like I said, Robinhood actually suspended it yesterday on 11th. So even trading 212 is still, we see the message that until 15th March is the last day for trading Luokung. So I think they have not renewed these dates, and as soon as they renew these dates, I think we can see a good volume, incoming volume. So as we see that there was a good incoming volume, so let's say this was before people were trying to average their stock price down and they were still optimistic like I was, and it actually paid off, to be honest. I did my average down and now I am a bit near let's say zero or break-even point. But again, guys, this is just to inform you, and this is just to tell you that this is not a financial advice. And again, I am optimistic about this company because I believe in this company, I believe in their business model, and that's why I am buying a bit more shares. Of course, there's a risk involved, but I'm ready to take this risk depending upon my risk tolerance. So please be aware that it might get delisted. Yeah, we don't know what is happening on the background. This is just my opinion that it might not get delisted, because they do have enough evidence and enough proof out there, but we still don't know what might happen because of the political reasons. So please be aware that if it gets delisted, then you have to take that scenario into consideration. This is not a buy or a sell advice. Okay, it is not like that. I see that many people are misunderstanding this and then they blame other YouTubers for that, but please guys, we are just trying to help you guys. Okay, and think about it, it's your own hard-earned money, so plan accordingly, plan your risk tolerance and see this. So this is just to guide you, that as you see that how the chart is performing, and I'm telling you that this is my opinion, that it might bounce back. We might have pullback again, because again, like I said, brokers have not allowed yet, and then we might see again a spike. But again, this is a different case. Okay, this is a totally different case because the company is in let's say messed up situation because of the political reasons and all the delisting stuff. So we really cannot predict what will happen, and plus the brokers coming into action that they are not allowing Luokung to be traded. So there are many other factors, so we cannot literally trade Luokung stock based on the technical charts. Yeah, the most bullish signs can also fail, so please be aware of this and trade accordingly. Okay guys, so just to summarize this once again, so like I said, please don't get too much optimistic about this last green candle or this upward trend either, because we still might face a pullback until $1 or 95 cents max. This is what I think until now, looking at the trend. And like I said guys, these small pullbacks doesn't affect me so much. I am just using the technical analysis in case of Luokung to just see or to just plan my exit strategy in the worst case scenario, or just to buy some more shares until a good support level, and if I see a bounce again, then that's a good entry point again. So that's all what I'm using the technical analysis for in case of Luokung, because Luokung's case is a different case guys. In this case, many other external factors are playing an important role, so that's why we have to think and we have to see that, do we really believe in this business? If we do, then we should not be bothered about such small pullbacks or such cases, because yes, extreme pullbacks or extreme downward trend might affect your decision, which is normal, but in the end, just think about, do you really believe in the business? If yes, then don't worry about it. That's it guys, that's all for Luokung's update. I'll see you in the next one guys. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, keep printing some money, and ciao.